All right. One chapter down, another one go. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get this started. This probably is not going to last as long as my One Piece stream did. Mine almost went for like a full hour. But I know most of the times My Hero streams, they tend to be very short because of how quickly I go through them. Pardon me. Because of how quickly I go through them. There's my drink. Oh, there's still some soda in here. All right, we're going to go through this. So this is definitely going to be a lot shorter than my One Piece stream. That one almost went to like 10 minutes out of an hour. Almost 10 minutes, close to an hour. So this one's definitely going to be shorter. At least maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes. Probably less than 30 minutes. So this is not going to go long. So, yo, peoples. Q92 here, bringing you yet another chapter of My Hero Academia. Last we left off, we saw a lot of the students and the people that they were training under. And it got to the point where the last point of the chapter is Eri being brought to the dorms with Aizawa and President Mike there. And apparently her horn has started to grow back again. And apparently it's starting to cause her a little bit of pain and it's starting to become annoying to her. So the big three bring her in with Miria and Amajiki and Neijiro. They bring Eri over to Aizawa and President Mike in order to figure it out. And then we cut to Bakugo, Midoriya, and All Might. And pretty much, hey, Grant, what's going on? Pretty much All Might gave Midoriya a journal saying that, well, he has nothing left to teach him. So the only thing he's got to learn now is from the past successors. And the only way he's going to learn from the past successors of One for All is that Midoriya learn how to grow stronger and stronger with his power. Because we all know that Midoriya has access to one additional quirk on top of the base quirk of One for All, which is all the strength. So now he's got to learn how to harness all those other powers. Hey, Grant, and hey, that one, do it. Do it. I thought your name was that one, Jason. That one, Jason. You're the only person I know that actually has the name like that, so I automatically knew it was you, Jason. But good to see you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this chapter. Chapter 257, Pass It Forward to Whomever. And this is All Might with Midoriya and Bakugo in the room. I've compiled... Oh, wait. Let me actually move my microphone in front of me, because you know that could actually help. I've compiled all the details I could find about One for All's previous successors. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any leads on the second and third users. Given the era back then and the multifaceted nature of One for All, there's nothing about them in the records. If they realized they harbored quirks, they might have left something behind themselves, but get on with it already and stop wasting my precious time. Ah, Bakugo, the king of tact. About Black Whip, I can only maintain it for a second, so I'm not on Sero or Aizawa Sensei's level, but it's already a pretty powerful support quirk technique. Any more contact with the previous user since then? No. So the fifth user was Lariat. Oh, so he knows the name of the guy. Bakugo knows the name of the guy, and the guy's name was Lariat. Real name, Daigoto Banjo. Do you say banjo or banjo? Daigoto Banjo. Quirk Black Whip. Because of the string of energy he could shoot out, he was well suited for binding enemies and maneuvering in midair. This dude literally could swing around like Spider-Man, except he can shoot out more than one singular web at a time. This guy and the others didn't really have strong quirks. Never heard of these nobodies. Huh? No, I'm sure they had awesome quirks. Just having a quirk is awesome to a loser like you. That's too cruel. Bakugo isn't wrong. All for One was obsessed with One for All. It was an age when evil wielded a degree of power that's hard for us to imagine nowadays. All for One went around crushing the strong because there was no one who could defy his sheer malice and control. writhing in that hellscape as they lay down to die. The past users made sure the power would reach the future. They were given, they weren't really chosen ones, though through all these battles, all they could do was receive the quirk and then entrust it to another. So they literally just pass the quirk along just by touching one another and, I guess through blood or whatever. Blood, and it looks like hair in some people's hands. That tracks. They all died young. Yes, that's true. Well, which power is this dork gonna get next? Be patient. I've had it with you too and your tangents. Float. My master's quirk. Yo, Nana Shimura's quirk was the ability to float. Cause she like full on fly, and the way they got hurt. Good lord. Okay, Nana. Nana. Why you? They got her. I've never seen Nana Shimura drawn this way in such high detail. You see the muscles, but you see the figure too. She's like very, very detailed. Nana. And I see Gran Torino in the back. He looks like he's a lot older, but he's still, he hasn't shrunk down to the size of Baby Yoda. But apparently, floating was Nana Shimura's quirk, and she just float. Good lord, this panel is good. That quirk is good. Oh my! I gotta keep going. I'm gonna get distracted. Make sure the camera's fine. I can't tell sometimes. Okay. All Might's master, Nana Shimura. Next is her power. So that means that once he masters Black Whip, he's gonna learn how to fly. What? This boy has the power of All Might's strength. Now he's learning to use pretty much Black Whip's ability to, move around and shoot out tendrils and whips that can grab onto stuff. Next, he's going to learn Nana Shimura's quirk, which is the ability to basically fly. Midoriya's like the Franklin Richards of My Hero, with all these different quirks in him. He has all these different quirks in him, and yet he's the furthest thing from a Nomu. So once he can fly, he's basically Superman. The thing he's missing is that durability. So if anyone has that type of, if one of the quirks from the other users are anything linked to durability, that's it. It's a done deal. Once you have the ability of super strength and superhuman durability, you're basically a tank. And if you can fly, you're a flying tank. Of course, this gets Bakugo to say, I win. I can already go airborne with my blast. Now you gotta waste time learning a tool already in my kit. Meanwhile, I'll be polishing my moves at our work study. That means I'm ahead of you, QED. Yikes, that's no good. I better learn this quick and catch up. So he's missing Kirishima's quirk. Pretty much. Or maybe you'll panic, trigger another outburst, and die. Nah, I've already got the gist of Black Whip. No, you'll die. You're sticking with that, huh? He's doing his best to try. Bakugo is trying his best to dismiss the fact that Midoriya is going to surpass him. I don't know about you, but sure, the ability to, cause explosions with your hands, so far, the only thing that we've seen him use to actually blow things up, there's only so much farther you can go with that. Now, sure, it's a very strong quirk. I mean, you literally can just blow things up with your hands. That's not dismissing his quirk overall. It's a ridiculously strong quirk. But Midoriya has more than one quirk, and so far we've seen a lot of them are strong. Firstly, he has the power of All Might. the former #1 hero who's able to literally punch so hard he can change the weather, punch so hard he can bypass an individual's ability to actually absorb punches. He can punch hard enough to outpunch a person impervious to punching. And we've seen Midoriya go up against people who are able to shield themselves in nothing but muscle, the guy named Muscle, and still surpass him and knock him out. We've seen Midoriya destroy things literally 3 to 100 times his size, no problem. Even able to flick his finger and cause blasts that have enough power to, knock the wind out of normal people. And this is just the quirk that All Might uses. Now he has Black Whip. What we've seen from the altercation between him and Class 1B, it's very strong. It can kill people if he's not careful. And this is just one of several other quirks that he has with him. So, not to try and rain on Bakugo's parade or anything, but yeah, Bakugo, you're going to have to come up with more than just like a couple explosion-laden moves. You're going to have to go above and beyond in order to catch up to Midoriya. And the thing that makes Midoriya well-suited for this is he's not cocky. This is actually something that this dude's humble with his power. Sure, he doesn't like to use some of it because it can be dangerous to other people, but he's actually considerate of, he would rather barely use his power and not risk it being out of control than being, 100% at power and then use it all the time with no haphazard rhyme or reason or common sense, like Bakugo. Imagine a tank flying in the air. That's Deku. We don't have anything even remotely associated with a full tank flying in the air. Do we? I want to say guns with aircraft cannons on them, but those are just regular planes. Has anyone ever thought about what would happen if tanks could actually go airborne and fly at Mach speeds? A tank by itself has enough power to destroy anything. And that's just with the tank slamming into people. I'm getting sidetracked. Let me continue. But after Bakugo tries his best to dismiss that Midoriya is going to eventually surpass him, because he doesn't say it in those words, but we all know he is. The All Might is just looking at them. And then it cuts back to the dorm. Seriously? The house arrest boys are late again? No meat for you if you don't help us cook. Too much weight for a tank to fly. Exactly. But at the same time, just the notion of a tank actually flying in the air is too ridiculous. Yet the very thought of it being possible is scary. Because think about it. No. If I think about it, I'm going to start talking about it again. Let me keep on track here. This is why I got to keep on topic here because I get distracted so easily. And after Kaminari says, no meat for you guys unless you help us cook, Midoriya says, I'm on it. Go ahead. Keep trying the meat from... go ahead. Try keeping the meat from me. See how that turns out for you. I forgot who we're dealing with here. If you don't like it, just pitch in. And that's Momo along with Uraraka. That has... smile on the back of her head, but I wonder if it's just representing what her face looks like on the front, because you just see the back of her hair when she's talking to Momo. A dish with a hodgepodge of ingredients, how lovely. Tea leaves won't help it taste lovely. Who the heck chopped these chives? Me. Your big sis cristed cry if she saw this. Darn it. And he's already, and it looks like the sound effect used for, chopping up chives, it seems. Who wants orange juice? How about oolong tea? Let me light the fire. Class B's coming by later, too. Kodai said she'd bring an extra sofa. And Midoriya is just chilling with everyone. We got Asui, we got Ojiro, we got Aoyama. I'm slowly remembering all these names because I'm actually getting comments from people who are watching my first my read-throughs from the early chapters of One Piece, you know, the ones I did all the way back in 2018, a lot of people are still correcting me on some of the things that I got wrong. You know, things that I misnamed and said wrong. I'm still getting corrected on that. So I'm learning to learn all these people's names. I'm good with faces, but I'm not with names. I apologize. But this will be a work study brainstorm and a hot pot party to fire us all up for the new term. Let us begin. Cheers! Woo, yeah. Careful, Mina. And Mina's leaning in her chair to the point where she almost falls over, but Asui saves her by keeping her grounded. Let's chow down. Stop bouncing. You're kicking up dust. Cheers, dudes. And everyone's just cheering. Yeah. Wee. This all smells wonderful. Cheers. I'm starved. Give me some sesame meat, Todoroki. And everyone's just chilling. That one hasn't been heated up yet. You're doing that on purpose. Nothing beats a hot pot on a chilly day. And there's Jiro. Once it's warm again, we'll be second years. Before we know it, yeah. What a blur this whole year's been. Soy milk hot pot is the best. I wonder what that actually tastes like. I wonder that about a lot of foods. We get to greet new first years, but since the hero course doesn't have clubs, we won't interact with them much. A whole new crop of hero hopefuls? I love it! We still have 3 months remaining. Don't forget about the final exam standing in our way. Cut it out, Ida. You'll ruin the taste of the hot pot. And apparently Mineta doesn't want to talk about homework, or schoolwork for that matter. That sounds like me. Whenever I got out of school, I didn't want to hear about anything else related to school. Just give me my games, give me my books, give me my Hot Wheels and action figures, and I'm good. It doesn't taste any different to me. Listen, you, enough of that overly literal airhead thick. Panicking about exams? Hardy har. Speak for yourself. And Dark Shadow's just laughing while Tokoyama is just, getting some food. I'm with you, Mineta. During these exciting times, sometimes I find myself stopping to reflect. I'm really here at UA. You ever get... Yeah, I know exactly how it feels. Sometimes I do these live streams, sometimes I do these videos, and I look back 6 years ago, and I'm just thinking, wow, I really am on YouTube. It kind of escapes me that I've been here that long. So I know exactly how Midoriya feels. So much has transpired ever since he's been to UA. So many people he's defeated. So many things he's learned. So many new things he's going to learn. So many friends he's made. Enemies he's made. There's so much that has transpired ever since he started going to UA. But I feel like a lot more has happened to Midoriya in the, I want to say, 2 years he's been there. Well over the past 6 years I've been doing this. But I know exactly how he feels. That actually kind of hit me in the feels there. That is highly relatable. I'm really here at UA. I never had imagined I'd have All Might watching out for me, or that the day would come when Kachan and I could have a normal-ish conversation. Midoriya, pass me the ponzu sauce. And that's Tokoyama. But Midoriya doesn't say anything. I'm so blessed. Dude, why are you hitting this in the field so much? I relate to this so much. Oh my goodness, this is a good day for chapters. This is a really good day for chapters. That's how I feel about me doing this. I'm so blessed. Dude, don't make me tear up. Please don't. Don't do that to me, Midoriya. Not today. I almost came close after that homegoing service, but don't do this to me today. Tokoyama just says, Midoriya, the ponzu. Oh, sorry, here you go. Thanks. And All Might is just sitting outside of the dorm. And Aizawa's there. There you are. What are you doing out in the cold? Not much. How's Eri? Fast asleep. I'm gonna start training her this week. I can help. Much appreciated. What is it? All Might isn't saying anything. I've decided to keep on living. Huh? But it's like, how do I put this? This feeling like I'm powerless keeps bubbling up inside of me. Whenever the students grow and learn, I end up frustrated that I can't do anything for them. It's torture. Can't cure a workaholic, I guess. Work. You kept this country on its feet for decades. Coming down from that high is like a shock to your system. Harsh. You can do plenty for them. You can live. You can hear. For a lot of people, that's all the push they need. And then it cuts to Night Eye. Oh boy. So please, just be the same brazen cocksure guy you are. The one you've always been. Thank you. I'm sorry. What did you need to tell me? Right. It's a message. It's a message from Sugauchi. He wants you to delay seeing Stain. Delay seeing Stained? Wait. Did I do a live stream for the One Piece chapter, or was it a video? Oh, I did a live stream. From now on, whenever I do chapter reactions, they will always be live streams. So that way, if you guys manage to show up, I can, we can all talk about it then and there. So yeah, it's a live stream and it should be up right now. It's only like close, I want to say 50 minutes at the most. But apparently All Might was going to see Stain, and apparently Sugoji is relaying the message that you should probably hold off on that for a while. And March, good morning, Doctor. You're a rare sight. Ho ho, morning. End of the month. That day, heroes vanished from the city. Yo. Wonder why you got a notification for this and not One Piece live stream. I don't know. I didn't set it up for it to be streamed later. I pretty much did the same thing for both of them. I just did the title and I just said it and then I just did it. So I don't know what's going on with that either. This is YouTube. We need to talk about this ending. The doctor. The doctor, I know for a fact, is the same one that is working for All for One, is making his way back into the hospital. I am still standing by the idea that the doctor that was talking to Midoriya in the beginning is this doctor. The doctor that said that Midoriya didn't have a quirk. Part of me still wants to say that this is the same guy, but he's been working for All for One all this time. But what do you make of the chapter? What do you make of a chapter that ends that day at the end of March? All heroes vanish from the city. How? What do you say to that? That's not an idea. That is obviously the same guy. I'm still leaning. That's what I feel in myself, but I just don't want to, just outwardly try and state it as fact. But I honestly think that this guy is the same doctor from the beginning, because it kind of would help with All for One trying to find new quirks. What better way for you to get information on new quirks for All for One than to be a doctor that has access to people's records and people with quirks coming to you for checkups or operations? There is no better way for All for One to get access to quirks that way than by people through the hospital. So with this guy, he's able to tell All for One what good quirks are there to have. If he's a doctor there, and there you go. But at the end of March, end of the month, that day, heroes vanished from the city. What do you even say to that? What are we supposed to think? I can't even speculate what's going on right now. It's all good, Cool K. I want to bring something to your attention, though. Kyushu bro, sorry I haven't been tuning in recently. Work got me backed up like a U-Haul truck. It's fine. Okay, I need to ask you a very important question, Cool K. You weren't here when I did my Borderlands stream, were you? I need to know the answer to this, because there's a reason why you don't have a wrench by your name, because something happened to YouTube, and I just kind of want to confirm whether you were there or not. This is very, very important. What if this turns into a Naruto War arc type thing? I don't know. Which Borderlands streams? The one I did most recently. I want to say either Thursday. Hold on. Let me go back and find it. It's very important. This was on the 16th, which was Thursday. This past Thursday. Oh yeah, where's the Back to Borderlands full cover? I'm still doing lyrics. I haven't like dedicated time to actually figuring out the rest of the lyrics of everything for it. No, you wasn't at the last stream. Okay. Let me tell you something crazy that happened. During the stream, it said that you tuned in and you were deleting people's messages from the chat. That's the reason why you don't have a wrench to your name, because I took it off to keep whoever, I don't know if someone was using your account or whatever, or says that Cool K came into your icon and everything. Connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. It said that you came into the chat and you were just deleting messages. You deleted Jacob's messages and you put him in timeout, and I had to take him out of timeout, and you were still deleting people's messages. You were deleting CJ's messages. It was crazy. And I was kind of wondering what was going on, but then it dawned on me that it couldn't be you, because that's not like you. So the reason why I asked that is because that happened during that Borderlands stream. It was the weirdest thing ever. I just wanted to confirm whether you were there or not. Because I've known you've been here for a very, very, very long time. You've been here for a number of years, and it just struck me as odd because that is not something that you would do. And seeing as how you're officially here and you're actually speaking, instead of just going into the chat and just deleting people's messages, I'm putting that wrench back on you. But that was the weirdest thing that happened today. That's the reason why I was asking. That was the only reason why I was asking, because that went down. CJ was curious. He was confused. I don't think EGK was there, but CJ was there. A lot of people were confused. Jacob was confused, and you and Jacob have been in the same stream before. So it just struck me as odd as that whole thing happened. I actually had to stop playing in order to try and resolve it, because I was very curious. But that's the only thing. It hasn't happened since then, but that was just something I thought I'd ask you. But you say you weren't in the last stream, so there was a massive, I don't know if it was YouTube acting up, because CJ was saying that he couldn't even say certain words. It's all good, Kyushu. I would be fine keeping your regular YouTube commenter status just so it doesn't happen again. The fact that you're humble enough to say that I'm fine not being a moderator just shows me that you're more than qualified to remain a moderator. Of course, if this sort of thing happens again, where I don't know if someone took control of your account or something, then I'll take it back off, and I'll just leave it there if you're comfortable with that. But for right now, I trust you, Cool K. You don't need to worry about that right now. This is you and I have, well, you've been watching me and we've talked to each other for a very, very long time. So I trust you with this. But just out of safety's sake, if you ever leave your YouTube up or whatever, just be careful. Or just be careful, because I have no idea what was going on that day. I feel like YouTube was having a bit of a brain fart moment that day, because CJ couldn't type in certain words. Like he couldn't type in like words like redneck for some reason, or he couldn't type in the word monkey for some reason. I don't know why. Those are not words I have blocked. Like I have certain words blocked so people cannot say them for obvious reasons. But those words are not something that I got blocked, because they're just the words. So and he couldn't even say it at all, and I couldn't even see it. I could type in the words, but he couldn't. But it was incredibly odd that day. So once again, yeah, I'm just glad everything's good with you. Just be careful who has access to your account, so that way it doesn't, mess anything up. Can you say potato? I think you answered your own question. What if My Hero Academia? Hello, I'm new. Welcome. You might be coming in on the tail end of the stream because My Hero streams tend to be a little bit short. Uh, so yeah, I've already gone through the chapter already. This was actually another good chapter as well. We got to see the students actually chilling, and apparently Class 1B is going to be coming by, chilling with them later. As long as everyone keeps Monomide checked and he's not mouthing off about like, ha, we at 1B have the best food, so what are you going to do? And then he's going to get chopped in the neck and then knocked out. But OMGQ, you have ads? Where? Did it play at the beginning? Please don't tell me that it's like playing in the middle of it. Not unless you refresh the page or something. I don't know. Closed out the stream and opened it again. Okay, so that's because I got the whole monetization thing opened up for it. So I guess it plays it before the video starts. It was a time skip, so still, it's all the way in March, but at the end of March, all heroes vanished from the city. What could that possibly mean? And at that same time, the doctor returned to the hospital saying, and people are saying that it's so rare for him to be seen because he's not there. But what does it mean for every single hero in the city to just up and vanish? Shigaraki awakens. Yo, I forgot. By the time it's March, whatever operation the Doctor for All for One was doing probably finished for Shigaraki. So I don't know. And here's the thing, we don't know what he was doing to Shigaraki. Was he, giving his quirk an overhaul? Giving his quirk like a massive upgrade, or was he giving him another quirk? We don't know, because in the panel where we saw Shigaraki just lying on the operating table, he has like blood coming all over his body and just shooting out, and he's screaming to the top of his lungs in pain, and the doctor's just laughing at the prospect. We don't know what he did to Shigaraki, so who knows what that means for the heroes. So whether Shigaraki has had his hand in it, or maybe it's another matter entirely, I don't know. Still want to know who the traitor is. Been waiting years. It's obviously Froppy. Asui is best girl. It is not Froppy. Some chapters ago, the doctor said he could steal one for all with his new power. Really? Well, that has been All for One's ultimate goal, is to get his hands on one for all. And since he hasn't been able to do that so far, that's pretty much the reason why he's been creating the Nomus. They're like failed one for all holders, trying his best to replicate his brother's quirk. But yeah, that's actually concerning. Asui is not best girl. What has she ever done since season 1? She's boring and annoying at times. Asui? How could you say something so brave and yet so controversial? Hi, I love My Hero Academia. Fidel Martinez, it's good to see you here. The US trader is the Invisible Girl. It'd be funny if it happens to be one of the top ranked heroes. The UA trader is the Invisible Girl. I highly doubt it's Hagakure. I highly doubt it. Sorry, you just think Asui is too overrated? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I got no problem with Asui. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who might have a vendetta, it might be Mineta. Wow, it's 5:17 already. I need to get. It's actually starting to get dark outside. Normally, I have these going, and there's like so much light. I have so much light to go with, but now it's actually starting to get to the evening time. The sun is starting to set. So, love Shoto. Hey, respect. Shoto's a good character. It has to be her. She never fights. True. But I doubt it's her, though. I doubt it's anyone from Class 1A. And if I'm wrong, in some far-off future, where it happens to be someone from 1A, then you're hearing it here now that, well, hey, I'm wrong. But I'm not going to just chalk it up. I actually think it's highly likely Invisible Girl. We don't actually know where she was during USJ, since Invisible, she could lie, and during camp, she's conveniently knocked out, could be acting. Could be someone from Class 1B, you say, Fidel? Maybe. Who knows? I am not, and as much as I would like to put my own theories and speculations out there, I just can't remember enough names of the people that they're linked to for me to put two and two together and try and insinuate that these are the people who are the traitor behind it all. So I don't know. Maybe it's someone who doesn't like the Hero Association, or maybe it's someone who just doesn't get enough attention as a hero. Who knows? Don't know, but that's just my take on it. But overall, this is a good chapter. But that ending, though, that leaves it so open. That is like the most open-ended ending for a chapter that I've ever seen in My Hero so far. Monoma is the UA traitor. He has a villainous quirk. Class 1B aren't fleshed out enough for it to be one of them. Yeah, you kind of have a point. We've only seen like bits and pieces of them, and even then, it was only between them and Class 1A. That's really the big moments that we've seen from them, and it's always been like some sort of altercation, whether they were fighting each other or trying to. No, that's it. Pretty much, if they were just fighting each other for school exercises or exams or whatever, that's pretty much the most we got to see out of them. But we don't see enough of 1B for us to, try and put them up there on like, could be one of them. But that's just my personal opinion. But I'm not going to hold you guys long. This has actually gone a little bit longer than I normally tend to do for My Hero. It tends to go to like 40-something minutes or so. Monoma, Kendo, and Tetsu are the only ones we get to see. Pretty much, that's it. That's pretty much just those three. We don't see nothing enough of Pony Girl. We don't see enough of what if All Might dies next chapter. I don't know. It's going to hit everyone hard if that was actually a thing. But that's not something I want to think too much about. I rather read it. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to try and put theories together. I just want to read the next chapter when it comes out next week. So that's all I can say on that. This is yet another good chapter. One Piece was a phenomenal chapter today, and My Hero was a great chapter as well. The fact that Midoriya's next quirk that he's going to learn is the ability to fly, he's going to become a lot more powerful. Will it still be in March next chapter, or will we go back to where it left off in winter? Don't know. That's the thing, though. Guess we'll have to find out next week. But with Midoriya, I feel like he's going to become exponentially more powerful, because think about it. You use regular speed and you punch someone. The speed at which you're traveling adds to the overall force of the punch. So, mind you, Midoriya is already ridiculously strong with the base strength of One for All, and like 10% and 20%. Now add flying to the mix. Adding speed to your punches makes it hit harder. Like, think Kizaru, for example. His kicks are powerful because he uses his glint fruit abilities to augment his kicks to the point of where they are capable of pretty much one-shotting anyone that isn't a named character. And they hit extremely hard, where he's fast enough to hit, Luffy using Gear 4 and kick people through solid buildings. So And that's just his strength as an admiral, and his strength is not to the level of Midoriya's, because Midoriya's strength is well beyond Kizaru's level. So don't try to put the power scale between the two, because they're two entirely different universes. Starting to get dark. I need to finish this. But when you think about it, when Midoriya learns to fly, his ability to do damage to villains and basically fight, it's going to exponentially increase, because he's not be able to put more speed behind his punches, especially, like, for example, Superman. When Superman flies and he punches you, you're going flying. If you're not already flying from the base punch, if you get hit by a flying Superman, that's additional speed to add it to the punch. The Flash Dwarf Star Punch. That's pretty much what it is. You're going to get hit with the force of a dwarf star, and if you're not flying into space, you're flying halfway across the world, if not all the way around it. So Midoriya, this dude is ridiculous, and he hasn't even learned all of his quirks yet. But rumor says Deku is going to be able to float other people. Can Uraraka already do that? I know One Piece characters are a lot weaker than other shonen shows manga, but that isn't a bad thing. It helps not having so many broken characters. Kizaru is broken, though. We haven't seen that dude risk a single hit a single wound from anyone except for Rayleigh during the Sabaody Archipelago, and that was just a cut across the cheek. But the dude is obviously overpowered, but he's so slow and lazy that we never see the full potential of it. But that's for One Piece. I'm going to stop it here, because if I don't, I'm going to keep talking. Marco is strong as well, but we did see a couple of marks on him, even despite his ability to heal, and he did get pierced by Kizaru's. Marco hit him. Yeah, he hit him, but it didn't leave a mark. Rayleigh is the only person who actually fought Kizaru, and it actually left a mark on him. He actually scratched him across the cheek and cut him. He actually cut him into the cheek because there's blood coming down his face. That is the only time you ever see any hits from him. That is the only time you ever see Kizaru with an actual injury, even though it's just a cut across his cheek. That's the only time you see it. Way back when. But if I keep going, I'm going to keep talking about it. Midoriya is going to become ridiculously powerful. And of course, there are more people with quirks that he can use, but we don't know how useful they are. We don't know if they're as useful or as powerful as One for All or Black Whip or the base power or the power of flying that Nanashimura has. Also, speaking of Nanashimura, I don't know who. Well, I know who drew it, but that's got to be. Wow, it's getting dark. Hold on. Much better. So I don't know. Just there was so much detail on Nanashimura when they showed her in that panel. I'm like, good Lord. I didn't know she was built like that. She's a brick house. She's mighty flighty. Thick. Yes. But let me just stop and focus here, because if I start talking about Nanashimura again, then I'm just gonna keep harping on that one panel. That has got to be the most detailed picture I have ever seen of Nana. Because you see the normal pictures, she's just drawn normally, but the way they gave her the shading and the detail and how built she is, just they gave. How can you be muscular and yet thick at the same time? How does that work? I'm not going to argue with it. I'm just going to thank God that it exists. But I'm going to stop. Mei Hatsume is best girl. But I'm going to stop here. This chapter was great. I got to get started doing my One Piece episode reaction, and then I got to get started recording my next part for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I still need to upload part 3 today, but I'm going to record some more parts for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot as soon as I'm done doing my reaction to One Piece. So, with that being said, this was a great chapter. I'm thankful, and I am truly blessed that I was able to do this for you guys today. You guys know how busy of a day I've had. I'm just thankful that you guys have been patient with me, waiting on these chapters to premiere and for me to read them for you guys and do my reactions to them. I am nothing but humbled by your overwhelming generosity and your support. You guys mean the world to me. You guys are awesome. And every time you guys are here, you are an inspiration to me to continuously do this. Nice suit. Thank you. So you guys are amazing. Thank you for all that you do, from your comments, from your likes, or whatever. It means the world to me, and you help make this channel awesome. I intend to do a lot more for this channel to, bring in more people and turn this into a massive community where anyone is welcome to come by and just chill and know that, hey, not everything on YouTube has to be hostile, and we can, have some fun while we're here. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in the next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, it's always later, peoples. Now we continue to work.